I felt that what I wanted in terms of indoor-outdoor furniture, I didn't see anything I loved. And I suppose that's where the inspiration for this collection came from.
Welcome to Style Stories, brought to you by Easy Living Interiors, helping you transform your space and create the feeling of home. You love interiors, we love interiors, so let's talk about it. I'm Laura and welcome back to Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors. Today, we're so excited to welcome Brendan Courtney back to the podcast. We're celebrating the launch of the brand new Brendan Courtney Home and Garden collection, a really exciting collaboration we've been working on together behind the scenes. In this episode, Brendan shares how renovating his own home in Wicklow deepened his love of interiors and sparked this move into furniture. We talk about creating outdoor spaces that feel every bit as comfortable as your home indoors. The details that mattered most to him, from the warm acacia wood to the waterproof, wipe-clean cushions, and why comfort should never be overlooked in design. We also chat about Brendan's own garden project, which will be unveiled at Bloom in June, his love of pottering at home, and the simple idea that home should feel safe, beautiful, and completely your own. It's fun, it's honest, and full of Brendan's great ideas, so let's get into it. So Brendan, you're very welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
And this time we have something so exciting to talk about. So we've been working together behind the scenes for a while now on your very first furniture collection, Brendan Courtney Home and Garden. So how does it feel that it's finally out in the world?
It's amazing. It's kind of surreal. It's a real pinch me moment. It's a bit of a fantasy come to reality. So yeah, I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. So as you know, we're on location on the shoot of the collection in a beautiful location in Kildare. It's been kind of surreal all day. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
And it's just such a beautiful culmination of hard work and planning over time, and now to see it all come together in such a stunning location. It's definitely very pinch me. So did you ever imagine you'd create a furniture collection? Because obviously fashion designer, a long creative industry career. So furniture, did you imagine?
I made a joke about 5 or 6 years ago that my favorite thing to do was go shopping for hard surfaces. And it's kind of true. I started renovating houses and exploring that whole area of development in my personal life probably about 10 years ago. I renovated my apartment and went shopping for tiles and countertops and finishes and paints. And I just really enjoyed it. And actually, I think as a collective in society, we've taken the homes we've gotten over the last number of decades, because often the home you get is not your first choice, but you do what you can. So once you get into that space, what we've started to do is really value that space. And I don't believe that we society in our culture really properly valued those spaces until the last 10, 15 years. Now those spaces are an extension of our personalities. And I'm part of that growth in how we see our internal space and where we live. And so it's been a growing passion of mine and interest. And I'd have more Pinterests about bathrooms and finishings and miniature swimming pools and sofas. And yes, this area for me is where my heart is and where my passion for design is, definitely, yeah.
And you can just see that in the love that you've poured into this collection.
Oh, thank you.
And so before we talk through the collection, so let's go back a little bit, because your most recent renovation in Wicklow is actually a big part of how this collection came to be.
Yes.
So you recently renovated in Wicklow. What was that experience like for you? So it's near to your sister's home.
Yeah.
And how did you find the process? You kind of knew what you wanted going in there.
Yes. It's a very strange, symbiotic experience. My sisters lived in that house 2 doors from the house I renovated for 25 years. So I've sat in her kitchen many, many times saying, you know what I do with this house? Because the road of houses, it's a small little road of 4 houses, looks at the sea. And she's at one end and I'm at the other, and 2 houses in between. And I've always thought about pivoting the view and see. Anyway, I know the house really, really well. The one at the end came up for sale a few years ago. I bought it and renovated it. People think I'm crazy. Like, I'm currently presenting the Great House Revival for my late brilliant friend Hugh Wallace, who I adored. And I'm meeting a lot of people who've done renovations. And when I say the one question is, would you go again?
Yes.
They all say no. I would go again tomorrow. I loved the process. I loved the building. I loved it, watching it come together. I found it very rewarding and very interesting. I just loved it. So yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I started to build an indoor-outdoor space at the back of the house with the view of the sea. And I felt that what I wanted in terms of indoor-outdoor furniture, I didn't see anything I loved. And I suppose that's where the inspiration for this collection came from. And I've been collaborating with Easy Living Interiors since I started the renovation. You know, I've always been a fan of the brand, of the styling, of everything about the Easy Living Interiors furniture. I know you guys well. And I was just talking about how I'd like to do my own collection, and it's spun out of a very organic conversation.
Exactly. C'est la vie. And you've just touched on, a lot of people feel like outdoor furniture means compromising on style. So what decisions did you make that would challenge that idea and prove that outdoor doesn't need to be a compromise?
I wanted simple but standout statement pieces that are low key. That's a really impossible ask, but I think we've achieved it. First of all, the choice of wood, the acacia wood, you know, it has the FSC cert. It's completely sustainable, which is really important. It's also highly durable. Little design features like the dining table and the coffee table have little designed lats between them so that water can flow through them so that they don't bed with water. The fabric we chose, the colour is inspired by Nancy Drew and every toddler in the world, and it's wipe clean and it's also waterproof and it's just as comfortable. In fact, this is the fabric I'd like on my own sofa, inside and out. And also, I always had this idea of a set of furniture that could move between the two spaces if you wanted to. You could just put it outside in summer or keep it inside if you wanted to. I always had in my head when I was moving from the apartment to the little house in Wicklow of if I wanted to buy a set of furniture that I could use internally and then someday in my fantasy move it out externally. It was moving between the two worlds, which is kind of the Japanese inspiration behind the design.
Yeah, and I'm so comfortable sitting here. Like, I feel like I'm just sitting in a living room.
Yes.
You know, so it really just definitely appeals to that. So comfort is, as we said, a huge part.
The word comfort in design was considered a bit of a dirty word. Yeah, it was.
I know what you mean.
And I've heard designers say, I've never used the word comfort. And a funny thing, one thing I knew about from my years and years on Off the Rails is comfort is so important. And if you can't be comfortable in your shoes, you better be comfortable in your furniture because you've got to live with that, you know, every evening, every weekend. So it has to fit in with your life. So comfort's very important.
But it's equally, we're sitting here doing a podcast, right? We have to be comfortable in how we feel. We have to feel like, okay, I'm wearing an outfit that I feel confident in. I'm comfortable. I'm having a chat. So it is such an important thing. And when, I suppose, speaking to that with home, when you bring people around to your home, you want them to feel comfortable. You don't want them to feel like they're in a showroom. You want them to feel relaxed.
You don't want them that comfortable. You want them moving in like.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, house guests are like fish. They go off after 24 hours. Time to go.
They'll leave eventually.
Yeah.
So what were your
And I designed these armchairs so people can't sit on the arms. I hate people sitting on the arms of your furniture.
Yeah, I know.
And I hate those people. No,
and well, I was going to ask you, what were your non-negotiables? So was it the arms?
Well, it was really about the FSC cert on the wood because I think that everybody's under scrutiny, especially, you know, this is a new area of design for me. Our label did home accessories before. We've sort of dipped our toe in home, definitely. This is furniture. This is my first dalliance, and I hope this grows and grows and grows. I'm very, very excited by it. It's just where my head and heart is right now, you know? Mm-hmm. So non-negotiables were, I suppose, wipe clean fabric and waterproof. So it does move in and out. It's highly durable and it's Nancy proof, you know, and then I suppose the FSC certification on the wood. And I suppose the colour of the wood as well, like it's an unusual colour. It's a kind of a buttery wood colour, which I love. It's quite warm. And
it is.
It kind of, I think that is, for me, that the colour of that coffee table is an Irish sunset.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I mean, the time of day we're sitting here now, it is.
And the sun is setting.
Irish sunset. And it's definitely Nancy approved because she's nodding off right now. For the listeners, Nancy is nodding off.
Snooze.
She's very comfortable.
She's had a bag of chips.
As she should. She's been working hard all day. Yeah. Alongside the furniture, you've created a capsule of home accessories.
So what I did was, because the furniture obviously is so involved and the lead in time for manufacture is so involved, what we did for this collection is we curated a selection of accessories that I believe complement the furniture from Easy Living Interiors. So it's my curated selection of Easy Living Interiors furniture accessories. So vases, glassware, and we'll set the tableware up in the colours choices I've made with the Easy Living accessories for now. And they are to complement the furniture.
Yeah, and the colour stories are beautiful. We had the pinks, we had the purples, the blues, the
Yeah.
greens. And so there kind of just is something for everyone in that as well.
100%, yeah.
And they're very...
What I love about Easy Living Interiors accessories is you walk in and there's always something little to pick up to improve your life.
Yeah. It's a piece of joy, right?
Yeah.
You just look at it, it's like a little dopamine hit.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So when it comes to styling an outdoor space, tell us your secrets. Where should people start if they're intimidated? So say in the summer, they're hosting a summer barbecue. What would be your top tips?
I would say a couple of mid-size cylindrical, either glass or non-breakable, that can either be a candle holder or a vase. Really clever use of accessory. And then cushions, because this furniture is quite muted, and that was intentional so that you can add your personality through accessories, which would be cushions, throws, blankets. But cushions, because you just scatter a load of cushions. And what I love about the sofa is that the base cushion on the sofa here is one cushion. You can put it onto the ground and the kids can roll around.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said when I saw it.
Cushions. I collect cushions, actually.
Yeah.
It's a little thing I do, when I travel around the world. They have little stories behind each one as well, which I like.
I love it. If people just don't think they have an eye for interiors, right? People are just kind of a bit scared of the whole thing. What would you say to them?
Yeah, employ an interior designer. Some people are overwhelmed, and do you know what it is? Some people grow up and it's their narrative. It's, their thing. Oh, I'm no good at design, or I'm no good with color. That's rubbish. That's just a narrative you're spinning yourself. It's all, our eyes are just two cameras that photograph what we see, and we interpret everything ourselves individually. So you can. But what I would say is, if you're nervous and you're buying, like for example, the house renovation, I just said do everything white. Just because I didn't want to commit to any colours just yet. I didn't have the headspace to think about where the light comes and goes. So I just did everything in a plain white colour, or a muted colour is good. So again, if you're nervous about committing to anything, go with muted tones to start and then gently introduce colour.
Love it. And you've worked in the creative industry for years, your whole career. So what's something you've learned about creating a space that really feels like you over time? And what does the feeling of home mean to you?
Safety.
Yeah.
Is key, that you can be really comfortable in the space. The first thing I do, I used to share a flat with my sister, and I didn't even know they were observing me for years. I go in, the first thing I do at home, I go straight into the shower every day, straight in, and put my tracksuit on to walk the dog, just to wash the day off, cleanse my thoughts and go into my home, and it's safe and comfortable. And that's really key to me. And then the next layer is that it's visually pleasing. And that's when you can really start to play with aesthetics. But I think safety and comfort are what everybody just, I suppose, humanly needs from their home. And then you can start to play with the visualization of it. So I would say, safety, comfort, and then beauty. My house is a bit like a showroom, to be honest. I fix the cushions before I go to bed. I never leave dirty dishes.
Yeah.
My friends often comment how anally clean my house is. But I used to think maybe I am a little bit anal about it. But you know what? I'm so grateful that I have a home.
Yeah.
And I treat it really well.
Yeah. And I think as well, for me, it's like I want to end the day as I mean to start the day.
Yeah.
So if everything's tidied away and, after dinner, like don't leave things undone. And start the new day clean and fresh.
No matter how late I am, I never leave the house without making the bed properly.
Yes. Yeah. And you're always just coming back to calm. So your garden space, you'll be unveiling it at Bloom. So what can you tell us about it? It's
the seaside dream garden because I'm near the sea. And actually that really affects the plants that you can select, which is interesting. So that's been a learning curve for me because the one thing I don't know about is gardening, and I'm learning. But the furniture is going to fit in around that as well, which has been really important to me, that the space is very usable. I mean, my garden is quite modest now because I've extended on the house, and actually it is a really small garden. So I wanted the space to be completely maxed. So I'm really happy that the garden is now a garden room, and I'm going to organize it and use it. I've even asked that many of the larger plants be in pots so I can move them easily and stuff like that. So it's going to be unveiled. It's quite lush. I wanted olive trees, but I'm going to go with tree ferns. They just do better by the sea, apparently. I'm learning. I love Greece, but Greece is really, really about very, very hot weather in the summer. So yeah, I mean, like I'm just looking around here. I have the blue and white stripes, which I just love. The blue and white.
Yeah.
So
Very Mediterranean.
Yeah.
It looks like Greece. Like,
yeah. Well, it's in Wicklow, so I don't know how Greek it'll look, but we'll give it a shot.
a lot of symbolism here today.
Yeah. So, get some Tory symbols, Tory gates.
Yeah.
Walk into the other side.
Is there a feeling you want to create when people step into the garden room at Bloom? Or is there something you want people to feel?
I'd love people to see how it will be used, to get a sense that, like, first thing my friend Julie said on Sunday, she came to see the house with me when it's being finished now. She said, "You get a barbecue?" I hadn't thought of it. I was like, "Oh, yeah, totally get a barbecue now." Yeah, so I'd love the space to be used. So at Bloom, I'd like people to see how I plan to use the space as a living space. And I love a potter. I love fixing a cushion. I love moving a vase. I love pruning some trees. I love making flower vases, So I'd love it to be a space that I would go into to calmly potter. And I'd like people when they come to Bloom to see that you can sit there and, do a vase of flowers or really look at the garden and appreciate and enjoy the moment. So I'd like people to get a sense that this will be a space that will be used and how I'll use it.
That's so funny. So when we had Baz on the podcast, I asked him what his guilty pleasure at home was. And he was like, "I don't know, what's yours?" And I said, "Pottering."
Yeah.
And he was like, "What do you mean by that?" And I was like, "Pottering, just messing with things and moving things.
Love a potter.
And just having a potter."
Hours can go by with pottering.
Pottering.
Yeah.
It's great crack.
You'll always find
it these days.
You'll always find a dirty drawer. Drawer.
My latest thing now was
singular.
My latest thing now is plants. So I've gotten very into them, and I'm propagating.
Yeah, do you know what? Last night I went home, took out all the ferns, shook them out, and deadheaded them all.
Yes,
because I have lovely ferns. They go back a bit, and now in the spring, a little bit of tomato food in a load of water, and just they'll explode.
I love tending to plants.
Yeah, so do I.
It's so fun. So as a personality, you're just so energetic and positive, and even throughout today, we were like, "Oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that," and you're going to be Miranda Priestley.
No problem.
So where does that energy come from?
Where does that energy come from? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I honestly think, someone says, "How are you?" to me now. I literally say, I woke up this morning, I'm winning. I'm at an age in my life where I'm really grateful for the opportunities that come their way. I take nothing for granted. When I was younger, I took everything in my stride and for granted. And now, I went to bed last night like a kid on Christmas Eve. Woke up really early, excited to come and do this shoot today. Just really excited. This is the first time I ever shot a furniture collection of mine. I mean, who gets to even say that?
And you know what? Congratulations.
Yeah, who gets to even say that?
Incredible.
So I'm never not very conscious and grateful for that opportunity. So the energy for that is, and also I'm a big believer in, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You've signed up, just get on with it, So I'm actually surprisingly, I don't know why that is. Maybe not so much anymore because people mainly know me from Keys to My Life and the radio now, so I think they think I am quite easygoing. But prior to that, I was known for fashion, right? And so I think people assume that I would be quite uptight or a little difficult. I'm actually quite easygoing. It takes a lot to piss me off. We're in a podcast, I can say that, right?
You can.
It takes a lot to piss me off. I'm quite easygoing.
Cool as a breeze.
Well, I'm not cool as a breeze, but I'm quite easygoing, yeah.
I see that.
Do you know what as well? Really importantly, I don't take myself very seriously. I take myself and my work quite seriously, but I don't take myself very serious. And I think that's really important as you move to your day. You're just easier going, when you work with somebody who takes himself too seriously, they're just a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. And you know who I'm talking to.
So, Brendan, where can people see the collection?
Where do you think?
Everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere.
So,
Easy Living Interiors.
In store, nationwide.
Online, in store, nationwide.
Yes. And
online.
It can be seen at Bloom, and it will also be seen at the Ideal Home Show.
Yes.
Where we'll be having a little meet and greet.
I will be draped in a toga.
Of course you will.
And a crown.
Yes.
Meeting my public.
Yes, exactly. Your adoring fans.
Stay back. That kind of thing.
Yes.
Madam, stay back.
I'll be there and I'll be battening them back. So
I can't wait. Excited. Which one's first?
It'll be Ideal Home Show
Home Show first. So the Ideal Home Show, the 24th, 26th of April.
Yes.
We shall be there with the furniture, which is very exciting. And then we're going to be the Brendan Courtney's Dream Garden at Bloom, which will be there for the entire bank holiday weekend. And the furniture features in the garden as well, so people can see it there, which is very exciting. We'll be around, won't we?
We'll be around. That is the Brendan Courtney Home and Garden Collection, everybody.
Roadshow.
Okay, so quick fire round to wrap us out.
Oh, yeah, go on.
So if someone's thinking about updating their outdoor space this year, what would you say to them?
Get rid of the clothesline and get the Brendan Courtney home and garden furniture.
And never look back.
I never look back.
Precisely. What are you watching on TV at the moment? Or film?
Oh, I'm absolutely loving. It's a documentary series about the Murdochs on Netflix.
Oh, favorite song right now?
Oh, Bergheim or Bergheim. We say Bergheim because I've been to the Bergheim, but Bergheim by
And that's a story for another podcast.
Yes.
Next is favourite place in Ireland to escape to.
Oh, Glenmalure Lodge.
Love it.
In the Glenmalure Valley.
Dream holiday destination that you've never been to?
So I've tried many, but I always go back to Greece. I have done 72 islands in Greece. There are like 2,000. There are about 600 where people live. So you'd never get all of them in your lifetime probably, but I'm going to keep trying.
And finally, what is your favourite way to spend a summer evening at home other than sat here with yours truly?
Of
recording
course.
a podcast?
I mean, I can't think of anything better to do. My favourite is a book in the sun. Sitting back, some nice jazz and just the sun on your face. I love getting a little bit of sun. Love it. Bit of vitamin D all the way.
And that's us. Thank you, Brendan,
Thank
for
you so
joining us
much.
on Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors. Thank you for joining us on Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors. You can hear all the news, including links to more information, in the description area of this podcast. Please share our show with a friend who might enjoy it. Simply search Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors on Apple, Spotify or YouTube. This podcast is produced by justpod.io for Easy Living Interiors.